Welcome to TMZ Live. Cardi B's boyfriend, Stefon Diggs, is in trouble. He is now facing a criminal charge. Cardi tried coming to his defense. This may have backfired.
So this morning, the day after Stefon was actually on the field, played just as Patriots head coach said he would, that even though these charges are out there, he's going to play until there's something that happens in court. But Cardi, this morning, decided she was going to share with all of her followers on social media.
And this looked like, from what people were saying, oh, this is going to be support of Stefon.
Yes.
And exposing her.
So she shared a text, which seems to be a text from the chef to Cardi. And she says, "I'm so sorry, I can't talk to you. I didn't say that, especially in the way it was written. Please contact my mediator and she will answer anything you need to know, but only in person and confidentially." I think she meant, not confidently. And Lynette, and there's a number that's blocked out. Lynette appears to be the mediator, the lawyer who's working with the personal chef.
So here's the thing about this, that the key word here is mediator.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dispute, apparently, between Stefon and the personal chef over a salary where Stefon had said, "I don't need you for a week in November, so I'm not going to pay you." She said, "You hired me for the season. You have to pay me." So a week was in dispute. And then he allegedly, at a point later, December 2nd, she says he went for a throat and strangled her. So if this were just about 1 week's pay, there would be no mediator. Now, if this is about somebody making a money demand substantially more than a week's pay, then you might have a mediator where somebody is asking for the moon and somebody else says no. That's why you bring a mediator.
But Lucas, in one of the exchanges, didn't the chef say that we have a contract, you're supposed to pay me a certain amount?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying that's the other reason why there may be a mediator.
There's
an actual contract.
What I'm saying to you,
yes, I get your point about
how much is it? Maybe let's say $2,000.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
If it's $2,000, they're not going to hire a mediator.
Right.
He's either going to pay $2,000, which he can do from his wallet, or they'll settle on half.
Right.
You don't hire a $500 an hour mediator. You hire a mediator when there's big money on the line, where maybe she makes a big demand and he says,
what
screw you.
What I was suggesting is, would you hire a mediator if in the contract it says, if there's a dispute, we're going to settle this in mediation?
Right.
And then there's already a mediator.
But then why would you spend $5,000 on a mediator?
Well, you don't know how much the mediators charge.
Mediators are super expensive. And it's not, that's not what it is. It's $2,000 maybe.
But the thing is here, Cardi put this out as a sign of support for Stefon Diggs. She deleted it. So
somebody told her this doesn't help him.
So you're saying it doesn't help because it shows that the chef is in a how does him having a mediator?
It shows early on, because the longer she waits to do anything, the more suspicious it becomes. I mean, a lot of people are saying she waited 2 weeks to even go to the police, and that's something against her. And it might be, it might not be. But if they have a serious mediator that they've both agreed to, then I'm not saying it means she's right. It just means they're taking it more.
Stefon's at least having a conversation with her about the salary dispute. By the way, when she posted that text, Cardi also said, referring to the chef, "Not once has that woman said anything to me about being touched. Mind you, we was talking every single day until she left that house, and she just wrote me the text. But I'm going to let the courts handle blank." And then she goes on to say, basically, when Stefon wins, I want to see all you guys on your knees.
And I think it's also worth noting, we talked about the narrative last week about that the personal chef had text exchanges with the girlfriend of Stefon Diggs. We didn't really know at the time. Now this kind of leads more toward that direction, that the girlfriend that she's referring to is Cardi B.
Right. So my name is Keithan from Memphis, Tennessee, and I just want to say that this is kind of like a pattern of Cardi B. She always goes to bat for her partners, which is great. But in this case, I really feel like she should take a seat back and also let the courts handle it. She said that in the text, but I feel like she should have just stated that and just left it at that. Because if these accusations are true, this is definitely something that Stefon Diggs has to be accountable for. And then also, there's more to the story than just a $2,000 or whatever the amount may have been salary check. Because, like Harvey said, if this was about a $2,000 check, this could have been handled out of court. Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. Right. But if this is something bigger, which it seems to be, why do we need a liaison? And there's a reason we need a liaison in the middle, because there's something bigger to be talked about.
By the way, speaking of whatever the money dispute was, yesterday he had 3 catches, 34 yards, put him over 1,000 yards for the season, and he got a $500,000 bonus. So probably should have just settled up with the chef.
Wow.
Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro appeared in court today in New York City in federal court as expected, and as expected pled not guilty. This is just the start of what is going to be a very long legal process with him.
It will not end this year.
Yeah.
It will not end this year.
This is going to go on for a while. So while the legal battle is going on, there's something else interesting happening with Nicolas Maduro that even he, I don't think, could have expected, that he's become
a fashion
plate.
Yes.
All over the outfit he chose. Well, I don't know if he chose. I guess he chose to wear the night he was taken by U.S. forces. That Nike tracksuit he's wearing,
it's sold out.
Sold out.
It's sold out. They've restocked it. It's back on the website. Restocked. But it's all the rage.
And who knew that anybody, like, as this story was playing out this weekend, that there were people paying attention to what he was wearing?
As soon as I saw it, I thought it. As soon as I saw it, I thought it. This is right out of Banana Republic. I'm sorry, but it is. It just is. And so
do people want his blindfold too?
No,
I don't.
That's an accessory that is separate.
Only provided by the US
No.
military.
But I mean, I know this sounds silly, but this is what goes on, especially on social media, that people glom onto something and then it becomes a thing. So that outfit now is a thing. There's something else that, I mean, you may have heard this, but we got to talk about this. So Donald Trump says, not only have we dethroned him, but we are now running Venezuela. And at his news conference over the weekend, there is something I just could not. It was
a breathtaking moment.
And it was a moment that the press really kind of ignored. But when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, watch Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State's face, when Donald Trump is asked, who's going to run Venezuela?
That would run Venezuela.
Well, it's largely going to be, for a period of time, the people that are standing right behind me. We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead, I talk about a dead country. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. Venezuela has a lot of bad people in there, a lot of bad people that shouldn't be leading. We're not going to take a chance that one of those people take over for Maduro.
I mean, he's kind of looking and saying, wait a minute, is it me or is it the guy over there that he's talking about?
Over Rubio's head, which is like, wait, did he just say that I'm running? Am I running Venezuela?
And look,
and by the way, in subsequent interviews, Marco Rubio certainly did not sound like a guy who's going to be running.
He backed off. He said, we're going to do policy and this and that. But Donald Trump is saying, we're going to run this country. And it seems like his obsession is oil. And even Marco Rubio, when he was asked about elections, he said, elections? It's like, yeah, that's what... See, to be fair to Trump, a lot of people are saying, how can you do this? We've done this many times before. John F. Kennedy tried to take over Castro's government in Cuba. Failed at it. You've got Muammar Gaddafi toppled by Barack Obama.
It's essentially what we did in Afghanistan.
Saddam Hussein. You've got Noriega in Panama.
Yeah. Saddam Hussein
under Bush.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein. So this has happened before.
It has happened.
What's different is us running the country once we've toppled the dictator.
Yeah, I think that was a poor way to put it. I don't think we should be running. If they want to talk, I think we should be involved in policy. That's fair to make sure that somebody equally as corrupt isn't put in power. But yeah, run the country now.
But now it seems to have to do with oil.
Isn't that something that you should think about when you make the plan that we're going to do this? There should be also
what happens in the next day.
Well, what makes you think but just because he sat there and didn't lay out the plan to the press doesn't mean that they don't have a plan.
He's saying the people behind me are going to do it. Marco Rubio goes on television the next day yesterday, and says, no, we're not going to run it.
I mean, focus on policy.
We'll do policy.
Right.
So
I think Trump poorly chose his word. He chose his words poorly.
But then what is the plan? And it feels like his plan has more to do with oil than it does the governance.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think it's a side benefit. I don't understand why everyone's
because all he's talking about is oil.
Everyone's like wringing their palms about this. Like, it's a side benefit. It's a positive. Why does it matter?
How do we seize their oil?
There are things that go back decades about the U.S. oil industry getting screwed over by Venezuela.
No, I understand that. But now we're going to run the oil wells?
No, we shouldn't run. No, it's their property.
That's not the way he's putting it.
It's their property.
Hi, this is Brandon. I'm from Maryland, and I'm just going to be honest. Ultimately, seeing a leader of a foreign power snatched out of the middle of the night in a full Nike Tech fleece getup is objectively hilarious. We're just going to put it that way. I can already see like the album covers from like the SoundCloud rappers and that whole era of musicians trying to use it as an album cover.
Yeah, he's right though. There's definitely going to be a rapper who emulates that as for an album cover or just for a single cover. He's going to have the blindfold and the whole thing.
Little Vens.
Coming up.
Well, this could be the year for Timothée Chalamet. It could finally happen.
What?
I'm not sure if I'm talking about him winning an Oscar or getting engaged to Kylie Jenner.
I would check both boxes.
Be right back.
Well, this could be the year for Timothée Chalamet. It could finally happen.
What?
I'm not sure if I'm talking about him winning an Oscar or getting engaged to Kylie Jenner.
I would check both boxes.
Maybe both will happen.
Yeah.
Because after his big night at the Critics' Choice Awards,
well-deserved Best Actor,
where he won Best Actor award, everyone's talking not so much about the award itself and that he won, but what he said in his speech about his girlfriend, or actually, he has a different term for her. This is what he said to Kylie during that speech.
Thank you to my partner of 3 years. Thank you for our foundation. I love you. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So, foundation.
I want to say
foundation?
A couple of things. One is he knew what he was doing. That as important as it was for him to win this award, he knew Monday's headlines would not be about him winning the award. It would be about Kylie because it's a huge statement. To me, the bigger thing is calling her his partner. Partner is more significant than girlfriend.
And girlfriend, right.
It is just
there are two
more
things
significant.
He said, to say partner and to say the foundation. You are the foundation of everything I do. That
gets into
marriage talk,
wife territory.
Yes,
yeah,
it really does.
This is sounding so serious, you guys. I mean, for the longest time, people thought this relationship was not real, and they didn't believe it. But now we're seeing him give her a shout out in the biggest way possible, which, by the way, he's never done for any other girl. None of his exes, who also are famous, by the way. So it just shows you how far along and how serious they are. I would not be surprised if these two got engaged or maybe already are engaged, but don't want to say it.
Can we get Matt Weiss out here real quick?
Oh yeah, he was.
Can somebody get Matt Weiss out? We need a bill. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this.
He was at the Critics' Choice Awards.
We have a guy who was at the awards.
Actually,
saw this.
I have a theory, and actually, we need Matt. Matt was the right person to judge my theory. I'm going to put on my cynical hat for just a second.
Come on.
Just a second. I'm not saying I've believed for years that the relationship is real.
Yeah.
But highlighting her in the speech, calling her the foundation and his partner, also sends a signal to the other award shows. This is just the start now. And there's going to be a bunch of award shows.
Oh, do you think
you're getting a package deal, and you're going to get a lot of viewers, and you're going to get a lot of attention on your award show.
It helps.
I'm just saying, that's my cynical side.
Matt Weiss. Matt Weiss. You were there.
Matt was at the Critics' Choice Awards.
You were there.
I was, yes.
And
I drank a lot.
No.
I know.
You saw them.
Yes, I saw Kylie and Timothy, they came in later after the show had already started. They sat down, and as I said earlier, I've questioned this relationship for like 3 years. Like, is it really real? But seeing them in person, they were very touchy-feely. It seemed...
Off camera.
Off camera, yeah.
Well,
off
that's
camera.
the big thing.
Yeah,
Off
right,
camera.
exactly, off camera. But then when he did the speech, everyone was actually a little surprised. You can tell in the audience that he actually called it out and, you know, gave her such a big shout out.
What happened when he went back to his seat with her?
He was taken out the back, and
he never came back?
I don't think he came back. She went out and met him after.
Oh, so you didn't see it?
So they go
So I didn't see
backstage
them
and do all
after the case.
Right,
Yeah, they
right,
went
right.
backstage and did their thing.
But it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
It's
now,
real.
Now, Matt, you've been to a lot of award shows. You're on the scene in Hollywood. So here's my theory. This is my cynical theory, that highlighting her that way in the speech was sending a signal to the other award shows that you're getting a package deal.
So vote for him.
You're gonna get.
Oh, I
you're gonna
see.
get a
So
lot
vote
of.
for him.
You're gonna get a lot of publicity.
Because they care about
By the way,
ratings.
when was the last time people have talked this much about Critics' Choice Awards?
That's
Anything
true.
that happened at Critics' Choice Awards.
That's true. I
Right?
mean, yeah, it's like package deal. I mean, that's
Anybody else want my cynical hat?
well,
You
he's been
wanna-
he's been promoting this movie so bad anyway.
It's a really-
I wouldn't
it's a
surprise
great- it's a great
anything,
movie.
you know,
Yeah.
be surprised by any kind of move.
So wait a minute. Just one other question, since you're into this stuff. Is Kevin O'Leary going to get nominated with one of the awards? Because he was unbelievable in this movie. He was unbelievable in this movie.
I don't think so.
That's the answer he wanted, Matt.
I know.
It's not fair.
He was
unbelievable.
He was so good, but I think there's a little bit of
so
a reality star stigma to it still that I don't know
Which
if
just
people
shows
would
what
take it
BS
seriously.
not
the
an
awards
actor, right?
are.
Completely.
What BS the awards are.
Hi, I'm MJ Corey, and I'm coming to you from New York City. And first of all, I would like to say that I'm with you on the cynical hat. I think that Kylie and Timothy are a really social media forward couple. They inspire a lot of discourse, and this was a really helpful thing for this social media forward movie. People are often skeptical about Kar Jenner relationships, but hearing it from Timothy's mouth is convincing on a whole different level. We've seen a lot of visual breadcrumbing from the relationship with fashion statements and red carpet events, but this is the first time we've really heard Timothy publicly declare his love from his mouth on a major stage. So I think it had a big impact.
Looks like you may be doing some business with that hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna start selling these. On the heels of North West's dad saying that he's a big fan of her social media, which was kind of an about face for Kanye, she is now showing off a whole new look. And the look isn't necessarily going over well with some fans. In fact, her Instagram account is been shut down, and certainly it seems like that this is a reaction to the backlash to that video, which...
Can I ask you, what do people expect? I mean, what do the Kardashians expect, and what does Kanye expect when a 12-year-old goes on social media with blue hair
So
and...
the comments, are about... I mean, the blue hair is just a wig. Obviously, I think that's a wig. But yeah, she's got either she's painted her teeth black or it's a grill that's black.
So you know people
And
are going to
she's,
comment.
in another video, had some piercings on her face, which I don't know if they're real. I guess they're not because I didn't see any hole in the other video.
What I'm trying to say is, I don't have any problem with her doing this. She's a
Right.
kid. But when she goes on social media and they say, yeah, well, she can go on social media, you know you're going to get this reaction.
Right. And so...
And the fact that you took it down means you're somehow shocked that you got that
almost feels
reaction.
like
it
they-
doesn't make sense.
It almost feels like they think if Kim and Kanye say that they're fine with her social media, that all the people in social media will be totally fine with whatever.
But how are
she
they
posts.
How are they living in that kind of a dream world that they think it doesn't make any sense?
This is the problem with allowing your child total freedom, or not even total freedom. Even if you're looking at the stuff before it's posted, whatever it is that gets posted,
it's going to be criticized.
There will be criticism.
Yep, you're in for a
with
penny.
that.
You're in.
And
for
by
a
the
pound.
way, that's not only if you're famous, especially if you're famous. Especially, but even if you're not, that happens.
Coming up.
You've definitely heard of Bring Your Son to Work programs, where people are invited to bring their children in to see what dad does at the office. They do it with moms and daughters also. Dean Byrne and his son Bray are taking that to a different level on OnlyFans.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
Phoebe Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too.
Did you just say, look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at. You've definitely heard of Bring Your Son to Work programs, you know, where people are invited to bring their children in to see what dad does at the office. They do it with moms and daughters also. Dean Byrne and his son Bray are taking that to a different level on OnlyFans. Now, Dean was already a very popular model on OnlyFans, but his son Bray has just turned 18 and has decided he wants to
get in on the act.
Get in on the act. So this has a lot of people wondering about what sort of content they're doing. Are they making content together? We've heard this with moms and daughters also on OnlyFans. So what's the big hang-up about this? Joining us now to talk about it, Dean Byrne and his son Bray Byrne. Welcome to TMZ Live, gentlemen. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Good meeting you. So, Bray, let's start with you. So your dad was already kind of established on OnlyFans. You turn 18, you have the right to make decisions on your own. You choose to join your dad. Why?
Well, really, it wasn't really expected, to be fair. Literally a month before, I wasn't thinking anything about it. I was thinking about joining into the services, actually. And then it just crossed my mind. I thought, what better opportunity would I have since my dad's in the industry? And thing is, he was adamant about me doing it at first. He said, like, that I shouldn't do it, but I was adamant about doing it. And he said, well, if you're going to do it, you're best off do it right, and I'll take you under my wing.
So, Dean, you are now sort of promoting Bray on the platform. We should say, folks, that some of the content is of an adult nature. So we can't show you a lot of it here, but you've done some modeling. I know you've been in some calendars and stuff, Dean. So why were you, Bray just said that you were at first adamant that he not do it. Why were you saying he shouldn't do it?
Well, he's young. He's still got a lot of options open to him. He was applying for the fire service, and I didn't want him to close any doors. You know, if he decides this is not for him in 2 or 3 years, it closes a lot of doors. And I'm a lot older, so I could afford to make these mistakes and it not really hurt me too badly. So I just didn't want him to rush into a decision like this. So I completely put him off. But he came back and said he was going to do it anyway. So I thought if he's going to do it, I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. I can coach him through and make sure he's doing it properly and maximizing what he can make, I guess.
So this is legit, but there are going to be people who are looking at this and they're going to see maybe suggestive photos in their eyes, you know, where you guys are shirtless and flexing and doing this and that. There are people who are going to judge that. To that, you say what?
Well, we've got a very close bond anyway. We both work out together. We both go to the gym together. We're always like horse playing about, falling around. You know, we're quite often topless doing workouts, and you know, it's not new to us. It's not weird or not uncomfortable or not strange in any way. So we just thought we'd share some of that, and some of the requests have been quite interesting. But I don't feel it's odd at all.
What about you, Bray?
No, I think exactly the same. Like, I was going to mention something as well. It's only really been me and my dad because my mum initially died when I was a very young age. So it's literally only been me and my dad as a bond. We've bonded together, and I feel like we've almost became like a friendship almost, you know what I mean, instead of a parent. So it's not like he's really, when he parents me, I find it weird personally.
So I'm curious, Bray, if you've seen, obviously you've seen that your dad is successful at this. I'm sure you've seen, you know, how him making a certain amount of money. Was the money the reason you wanted to do it? And have you actually seen his OnlyFans content, the more explicit stuff?
Yeah, of course. I've seen a lot of content. Even before starting, you had a lot of people sending me the content, like, and Thing is, it's to some people they'd find that crazy or it'd scar them, but for me, I just see it as like a friend. Like, it is what it is. And for me personally, money was never the main thing. I kind of wanted to show people our bond and how a father and son bond can be special.
And just finally, Dean, we're not asking you to disclose money, but has it become more lucrative for you? Kind of partnering with your son in this, has it moved the needle in terms of money?
Yeah, I mean, initially it was quite a big news in the UK when we first started doing it. It got covered by 3 or 4 different newspapers, and obviously they shared our social media handles. So that was an influx of people coming in. So yeah, there was quite a few extra subscribers coming off the back of that. But yeah.
Dean, you mentioned that a few minutes ago you said that there have been some interesting requests coming in. When you say interesting, what's another word you would use there? Is it inappropriate or something you both have decided you wouldn't do? Or is it still up for debate?
I mean, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say certain things on this channel. I don't know how explicit I can be.
Okay, then we kind of get it.
We get it.
But they're strong. We've had very strong requests, let's put it that way. Very explicit, very strong requests of what people want to see us doing together. Yeah, our inboxes have been full.
Okay, we get it.
Yeah, I think we get it. Hey, best of luck to you guys. It is definitely a unique family business to go into, but if it's working for you, more power to you.
Thank you very much.
Let me just say, it beats working in your dad's liquor store, okay?
Yeah,
that was my situation. Got it?
Coming up.
I gotta say, Shawn Mendes seems to have a type. Although
he has, I would say the opposite.
Well, as far as...
Yeah, called people.
Be right back.
I gotta say, Shawn Mendes seems to have a type. Although
he has, I would say the opposite.
Well, as far as...
Yeah, called people. I mean...
Yes, because you remember a couple of years ago, he was saying that he was sort of on a journey trying to figure out his sexuality. That was shortly after he had broken up with Camila Cabello
for the second time. And he said this in 2024 on stage to the world.
So lo and behold, he's down in Brazil now with a very popular actress down there, Bruna Marquezine. And yeah, they are definitely enjoying the water.
Shawn's figuring it out.
Are they doing CPR lessons? What's going on?
No, I mean, it's clear what's going on, but this is just fascinating to me. Because, look, there were rumors about Shawn, and I think it's one of the reasons that he addressed that at his concert. But, what's really interesting is just everybody thinks that you got to check a box, and it's not always that simple. And you don't always have to make a decision.
Right. You don't have to make, I think.
And he may have, he may not have, but.
What went wrong, or I think what social media and probably a lot of his fans took that speech to the audience that night, they took it as.
It was an entree to being gay. That's right. That's right. And, and he was saying, I'm trying to figure it out. And he wasn't labeling himself. And I gotta say, I mean, I admire him for that. He didn't have to do that. And I thought it was really interesting and honest. And I just think now he can live his life the way he wants to live his life. I mean, he's got a lot of freedom.
And I've seen the comments just even on our own post that all those things that happened that people were saying before he made that speech are still happening.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Is he going to address it again?
Wishful thinking by some of the people making the comments.
And to me, this is very... seems pretty serious. I mean, the fact that he spent all this time, we got photos of them weeks ago down there. So he's dedicating a lot of time to being in Brazil with her. They haven't been spotted here. So it's obviously going well and pretty serious.
I mean, listen, he still may not have figured it out. Or he may have figured it out. But the fact that he actually, because I really do think that, play that bite, because I just think people need to hear it. This was so honest of him to do.
I think sexuality is such a a beautifully complex thing, and it's so hard to just put into boxes. And the real truth about my life and my sexuality is that, man, I'm just figuring it out like everyone, and I don't really know sometimes, and I know other times. And it feels really scary because we live in a society that just has a lot to say about that. And I'm trying to be really brave and just allow myself to be a human.
Good on Shawn Mendes.
Yeah. And looks like he's enjoying himself on the journey.
I'm AJ from Rochester, New York, and I am a person who loves PDA. So if you like somebody, let the world know by putting your face on their face. But in the middle of the ocean, it's a little scary to me. I would be afraid of drowning, but Shawn Mendes is giving daddy lifeguard vibes. So I think it's all good. I'm a fan.
We don't
I'm
know
drowning,
how deep
save
the water.
me.
We don't know how deep the water was, but yeah, they seem safe.
right.
They've got each other's backs and other parts. So one of the former stars of High School Musical is fed up with the high school atmosphere that she's experiencing from a group of moms. Ashley Tisdale is actually speaking out about this now. She wrote a whole essay for The Cut about the toxic friend group that she ended up in after she had a kid, and then she joined this mom group.
So this is a toxic mom group.
Yeah, that's how she is describing it, and says that she's actually just cut them all loose now. This is part of what she said. She said, I remember being left out of a couple of group hangs. I knew that I had to speak up for myself just like I would want my daughters to do. So that's exactly what I texted to the group after being left out from yet another group hang. She said, quote, this is too high school for me and I don't want to take part in it anymore. It didn't exactly go over well.
Okay, it is really high school.
Now, she went on to say, she goes, I'm not saying that any of these women are bad people.
But yes, she is.
I'm just saying that
yes,
this was too toxic.
So there are people online were kind of doing detective work saying, wait a minute. They thought Mandy Moore was in the group. Alexa, who was the other?
Yeah, as we know, Ashley's part of this big mom group with Mandy Moore, like you said, Meghan Trainor, Hillary Duff, big group of moms that have been seen hanging out a ton. But we did speak with a rep for Ashley who says that it's not about this group, but
Well,
I
not
don't
about
know.
the group.
Yeah, they said that the online detectives are.
It's not about Hillary, Mandy.
Right.
So there's a different.
So that there's
mom
this
group
is like more of a general toxic. I mean, everyone's got it.
Well, no, it's not general. Because she's saying there were specific hangouts that she was not invited to.
So that makes it
so
sound
it's
like
not general,
there
it's
were
specific.
two
That there was a
different, at
different
least
group.
two different
Right.
parenting groups
someone
that she
get-
hung
You know
out
what?
with.
Then just you get other friends or something. No, I mean, I'm
It's
serious.
true.
It's like if you're going to do.
Well, that's what she's doing.
Well, no. I
But
mean,
why talk about it, is your point.
If you're going to join a group to learn how to be a better parent or whatever else, take it for what it is, and then get your own friends. In the early days of TMZ, I almost had us take over a site called Mom Logic.
Oh God.
Oh, that's right.
And it was about new mothers, and I was going to put a camera in various homes with their approval and watch them melt down.
Right.
I think it would have been successful, but we didn't do it.
You might have the answer to Ashley's friend group if you did.
For you.
My name is Bella. I'm from Virginia. I think that when you're in a friend group, especially in her specific situation, and it no longer serves you, her saying like, you know, I'm breaking this off, spoke a lot of volume as her as a person, because a lot of people would have just continued to hang out with these people for acceptance or maybe to just kind of feel like she fit in, but she decided to pick her peace over alliances, which is really big for her.
On the other hand, there could be a horror movie where somebody gets disrespected in a friend group, and they become like a Chucky.
Really worried about you. Really, really worried.
Coming up.
There is a trend that started in 2025 and apparently is continuing in 2026. And Chloe Fineman from SNL is the one who is stepping out and opening up about having cosmetic procedures. Here's what's really going on when you hear your friends or coworkers talking about going away for a little bit.
Be right back.
There is a trend that started in 2025 and apparently is continuing in 2026. And Chloe Fineman from SNL is the one who is stepping out and opening up about having cosmetic procedures.
Not plastic surgery necessarily.
Not necessarily.
But like going to a med spa and getting a laser treatment or whatnot.
Right.
And
Kylie Jenner made it about plastic surgery.
Where your
but
face
Chloe's-
gets red or what, and everybody hides, and they say, oh, I took a trip to so-and-so, that's why you didn't see me. They make excuses, they lie.
Well, here's what's really going on when you hear your friends or coworkers talking about going away for a little bit.
Every year, hundreds of women will say they're going on a trip or visiting family in Connecticut. But really, they'll be going ham at a med spa, doing crazy like laser stuff, salmon sculptraplaster, or whatever the hell this was. These women will hide themselves away in caves like bears while taking hundreds of selfies like this they'll send to friends and family who will lie and say,
"It's not that bad. This year, I pledged to stop the cycle."
Just kidding, I'm going Friday.
I love that.
It is.
I love her honesty.
It is so amazing.
Hilarious.
It's great because a lot of people, it's so common now to go and you get a laser facial or you do a chemical peel and you look like crap. Like it gets worse before it gets better. You shouldn't have to hide it. You should.
I don't know why. I don't. It always does get worse.
It does.
And I've seen it up close a few times,
Ooh.
and it's not
in the mirror.
No, not for me, but people
like
I know
lizards.
who've done it.
By the way, that could have been an SNL skit.
It was hilarious. I think now it's good to feel good about yourself and it's okay to do whatever you want in order to feel good about yourself.
That
You
assumes you can feel good about yourself.
Yeah. Oh.
It's Brittany in Pennsylvania, and I love that she made a funny reel about it because, like you just said, most people hide. Like, I don't want to be seen if I got that done, but I feel like her sharing this and making it funny makes more people just comfortable sharing themselves getting stuff like that done or just sharing themselves without makeup or, you know what I mean? It just makes it more for the fans to just be like, oh, we can do that too. Chloe's doing it. So I think that's awesome.
And also, you kind of want people to say, oh, you look really good. So it incentivizes them to do that.
On the other hand, do you want someone coming to work, their face is in the middle of the transformation?
Dude, this is an HR thing. Okay, every weekend we put polls up at the website to find out how you felt about things that happened in the week prior. We did it this weekend. Here are the results.
J-Lo's clapback at age shaming. Her bod makes a good point, or put on some clothes already.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Wow.
BS.
Boy, a bunch of pearl
Please.
clutchers.
Yeah.
Pearl clutchers. Next. Lauren Sanchez table dancing in St. Bart's. Kind of the same thing. You go girl or act your age girl.
They're going to tell
They're
her to
gonna
act her
absolutely
age.
say act her age.
100%,
Yeah.
and that's more about how they feel about her.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunate. Young Gravy banked on COVID deaths. Remember, he said he invested in 1-800-Flowers. Smart businessman or that's ghoulish, man?
I think smart business is going to win by a little.
A little bit?
A little bit.
I'm with you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Boy, was I wrong. Wow. Wow.
More pearl clutching.
Okay, next. More impressive billionaire.
Ouch.
Huh. Beyonce or Taylor Swift? Don't show it yet.
Oh, boy. This is just a popularity.
They're going to say Taylor Swift.
They're going to say Taylor. It's just a popularity.
Wow.
That's absurd. That is offensive for it to be that kind of a landslide. What is wrong with you people?
Okay, calm it down. Calm it down.
Come on.
Coming up.
Mickey Rourke has fallen on some hard times, though there is a little light at the end of the tunnel. Over the weekend, he allowed someone, a friend, I'm guessing, to launch a GoFundMe page to help him out in these desperate times. And while he hasn't had a big movie in a long time, he clearly has his fans.
Be right back.
Mickey Rourke has fallen on some hard times, though there is a little light at the end of the tunnel. So these photos are Mickey checking into a hotel, which you'd be like, what's the big deal? Why is Mickey Rourke checking into a hotel a big deal? That's because he's been facing eviction. And we don't know yet if him checking into the hotel means he actually did get evicted, but
that's certainly evidence that he was, because why else would he?
Would he be checking in already?
Right.
So over the weekend, he allowed someone, a friend, I'm guessing, to launch a GoFundMe page to help him out in these desperate times. And I gotta say, you know, Mickey Rourke, while he hasn't had a big movie in a long time, he clearly has his fans. And as of right now, it is up to $77,000 raised.
Wow. That
to help
is
him.
impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about this guy, I mean, he was nominated for an Academy Award for The Wrestler, had a big career.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just, I'll tell you, it is just an example of how things can change.
Yeah,
and
very quickly.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ryan from Irvine, California. I think while it's sad to see anybody fall on sad times like this, he shouldn't have wasted so much of his money on plastic surgery over the years. He was in over 130 films, made $70 million. He simply should have invested his money and should have some properties by now.
Well, look.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy in hindsight. I'm sure Mickey thinks that also.
And I also doubt that that's why he's broke. There are other reasons he dealt with substance abuse for a long time. But you think about it, what you just said. I mean, look at all of the young people who buy hundreds of thousands of dollars of jewelry. And they always think, oh, yeah, the gravy train's never going to stop. And, man, I watch that every time and I think, ugh. Right?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, what else you guys want to talk about?
Hi, my name is Theory Thomas. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I want to talk about Timothy expressing his love for Kylie Jenner at the Critics' Choice Awards. I feel like this is super iconic. We've been speculating how long they've been together for a while now, and we finally got confirmation they've been together for 3 years, which is insane. So
look at him now.
One more.
Hi, guys. My name is Erin, and I'm from Atlanta. So just talking about Cardi B and how she defended her man, Stefon. I love her, but defending him at this time while allegations are pretty much still fresh is a bit risky. But I will say her loyalty to her man has always been real. We've seen it with Offset. But I will say that, you know, her deleting the tweet was definitely a smart move, because sometimes not everything needs to be addressed, and just allowing the truth to speak for itself is actually what would help her now.
Yeah, I mean, she's not one to hold back. You know, in the recent trial that she won, she was very vocal, you know, during it and before it, and she ended up winning. So it doesn't mean you're going to lose if you speak. This one was a misstep.
Coming up.
Well, they are celebrating in the streets in Jacksonville. If you're Trevor Lawrence, their star player, their quarterback, the fans are going to want to celebrate with you. Going out in public can be precarious because a fan stopped him and said, hey, can I squat you?
I am going to take a wild guess that
perhaps
alcohol
was
involved in this.
Be right back.
Well, they are celebrating in the streets in Jacksonville. Their NFL team, the Jaguars, going to the playoffs. They're the number 3 seed in the AFC. And if you're Trevor Lawrence, their star player, their quarterback, the fans are going to want to celebrate with you. As he discovered, this is, I think, an example of why maybe when you're a big-time celebrity, whether it's an athlete or an actor or whatever, going out in public can be precarious because a fan stopped him and said, hey, can I squat you? Trevor Lawrence is not a little guy. He's not super heavy. He's like 214.
Can I just say,
that's impressive on her part.
I am going to go out on a limb and take a wild guess that
perhaps
alcohol
was
involved in this.
Yeah, enjoy the playoffs, Jacksonville. And Trevor Lawrence, beware when you go out for pizza.